Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a reading vlog. So once again, welcome back. I am so glad you decided to click on this video. So today I have for you a reading vlog of 3 horror books. I forgot to film an intro, so this is actually me from the future, I guess. I don't do a lot of vlogs. Nobody really, I don't know, seems to like watching them very much. I never get as many views, but I do like making them every now and then. So I went ahead and just did it for me. In this vlog, I also took a trip out to Washington State with my husband, and we went to Olympic National Park. So there is some very pretty scenery coming up in this vlog. I feel like that's kind of all I need to do as far as an intro. So let me send you back in time about a week when this vlog started. We made it to our Airbnb in Gig Harbor, Washington, and it is just the cutest little place. It is adorable, and we are watching the Mariners and the Astros game. I'm going to turn the camera around so I can give a little tour that will take me all of 10 seconds. There's Christopher. Say hello. Hello. So this will be cuter tomorrow because it's like a patio. You actually can't see it. You can only see me. Here's the TV where we are watching the Mariners game, and I'm not sure why it looks like it's doing weird stuff because it's not. And this is the kitchen. This is the bathroom. And the front door. Closet. The rest of the kitchen, I guess. And we're back to the couch that is a Murphy bed. So it's a small place, but this is what we like to stay in, and we're very excited to be here. And additionally, gotta show off this cute little collection of books here. I mean, you can't beat that when you're on vacation and you see that someone else has books with similar taste. I too love Stephen King. I too have the book Woman of Troublesome Creek, even if I haven't read it yet. So, pretty cool. So, I am going to finish my book and get some sleep because to us it is 10:30 at night. So, we will talk in the morning. Hello, good morning. I am in Gig Harbor, Washington in our Airbnb, as you saw in the previous clip. But it is the morning now. It is about 7:30 and we just woke up because we are East Coasters, so it's actually like 10:30 to our bodies, so that's cool. It's nice to be up and early. I actually was like up in bed kind of groggy, but I did see the sunrise a little bit, and it's gorgeous here. In just a second, I'll turn the camera around to show you. Actually, I'll just do it right now. So this is the view off of our back deck here. That is Puget Sound. You can rarely even tell it's water, but it is, I promise. And it's so gorgeous. This is the main house of our Airbnb hosts. And just like such gorgeous trees. They're so tall. It's just so beautiful here. So you probably already know this, but I didn't mention it yet because I'm going to have to film an intro later. But I am going to read 3 horror books in this vlog. And yesterday I finished this one Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison, and you might have noticed she has become quite a favorite author for me, and this was no exception. I actually started it 2 nights ago, but I only read about 30-40 pages, and then yesterday on the plane I read almost the rest of it because it's like 5-hour flight, and I did finish the rest of it last night before bed, and it is just so good. So it is definitely like a campy werewolf story, but it has so much like heart and soul because like I feel like at its core it's a love story, which is so sweet and unexpected. There was a really great sister relationship in it, which I am always such a fan of. I love books with strong sister relationships because I have a strong relationship with my sister, and it's just always fun to read about for me. And this book was so funny. There were such good like one-liners, and I have ordered Cackle, which is another book by her, and I have The Return on hold at the library, so we're in good shape. Just gonna go ahead and read her whole backlist this month, but this is fantastic. If you like, you don't even have to really like horror because it's not really scary. It's very campy in its horror. So this is a book that I would definitely recommend for whoever, especially if you just want something a little spooky for October. So the next book that I have to start is Psycho by Robert Bloch. I bought this copy of the novel like maybe a few months back, but I am so excited because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I think that I'm going to just enjoy reading this. I probably will drive myself crazy with like comparing the movie and the book, but that's just what I do. So that's fine. I'm going to get started with this today probably, and I'm sure I am going to have lots to say about it, but we're probably going to go for a hike. It was supposed to rain all day, so we had kind of planned on just like being cozy in our Airbnb and just watching the rain, but it's, as you can see, not raining, and it's actually very beautiful. It's a little chilly, but like that's just to us. It's like 52. And I'm sure, I mean, the sun is coming. It's just a little cloudy, but it feels like it's going to be a really nice day. So hopefully we're going to go for some hike in maybe Mount Rainier or in Olympic National Parks. We're kind of staying right in between the two, so we are hoping to get to a one each day we're here, but we'll see. So today it is the next day, by the way. We are on our way currently to REI because we did not pack the necessities for our clothing. And we're trying to do a hike today that's like very high elevation, and we are going to be quite chilly. So that's the first stop, but you're not here for that. You're here for books. So I read a little over half of Psycho last night, and that's not very long. It's not very long. It's only 175 pages. And so this, I'm going to say some spoilers, but this book has been out for like 60 plus years, so I don't know. I will put a thing on the screen, but like you probably already know what happens. But like I said, this is one of my all-time favorite movies, so I can be very critical, I think, when things are like changed, but I was almost like the other way around because that's what I know. So anyways, I went into this just like, you know, a little nervous of how I was gonna feel, and it's honestly pretty true to the movie is pretty true to the book. The things that are the biggest changes are that Norman is not, he's like, I think he's meant to be moderately attractive in the movie, and I think he is, but in this he's like in his 40s, and he's like keeps being described as very overweight and like just kind of nerdy, And I feel like the book focuses more on Norman from the get-go than the movie, which focuses on Marion, who in the book is named Mary. Other than that, it's been like pretty true to the source material the movie is. It's weird to say it like backwards, kind of. In addition, this is a spoiler, I guess, but a really weird, crazy one that Christopher can attest. I was like, what? Mother chops off her head in the shower. She doesn't just get like murdered, like he decapitates her. So that was quite a change from the movie, or whatever. You know what, I'm not gonna keep saying it like that, but so yeah, that was kooky crazy. And let's see, I'm at the part where Arbogast just got murdered, and so Lila and Sam are gonna head up to the motel and check things out. So we know where it's going, but I'm interested to see how it all ends and if it has the same exact ending. Additionally, this was interesting to me. The famous line, "We all go a little mad sometimes," from the movie. It's like probably one of the most famous lines in movie history. In the book is, "We all go a little crazy sometimes," which obviously gets the same message across, but I'm just wondering what the reasoning was for changing it. So, very interesting, very interesting. I am sure I will put in some footage here from our hikes and just our general adventures today, but I will update later when I have finished this book, which probably won't be until tonight or tomorrow morning.
The slow day, the calm, and the night will unfold. I never thought that I would be traveling this road. People keeps missing, the clouds seem to fade. And every occasion I whisper your name. I'm happy to hear that you'll still be around. I thought you were leaving without a sound. In my little world, you are both pros and cons. It's hard to admit when you feel you don't belong. So tell me, are you still in there? As beautiful as you are, you just don't know how far in this world I'll be.
Hello again. So today we are going back to Philly, back home, and I'm looking forward to seeing my cats and just being home, but we had such a nice trip. There is so much to see out here, and I'm sad we didn't get to stay longer, but it's our anniversary in a couple months, and we always go on a hiking trip, so we should have something else to discover then. So I did finish Psycho last night, and it was really good. It was very, very true to what I was expecting from the movie. There were definitely some minor changes, but overall, if you liked the movie, you're gonna like the book. It was very fun to see like one of my favorite movies come to life on page, and it was just, I would recommend it. If you enjoy the movie, if you enjoy horror and stuff, it would definitely be good. Also, very, very racy for a book that came out in 1959. I just have to say, because there's a lot of like stuff that I just imagine would have not been accepted so easily then, but it was very, very good. I'm very happy with it. Today on the plane home, I'm going to start The Field of Wrongdoing by Lily St. Germain. I did talk about this in a haul video, and I'm excited to read it. This is the one that I said sounded like Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. So I'm excited. It's about a girl in a small town whose boyfriend was convicted of murdering her best friend 9 years ago. And he went to prison, and now he's back, but another girl's gone missing. And so yeah, it sounds like it'll be a good little mystery. Hopefully good for the spooky season coming up, because I'm really getting into reading horror books, and I don't know if this is more thriller or horror, but I'm excited to read it. And I can probably read a solid chunk of it. It's only 300 pages. So I should be able to get a lot of this read on the plane home because it's like 4.5 hours. But yeah, so we are about to head to the airport. So I will check in later. Hello. So it's actually like 2 days later from my last clip and from when we got home from our trip. But I had another little trip that I went on. So I was just like very busy and didn't have time to update. However, I did just finish The Field of Wrongdoing. And I got a lot to unpack about this book. So this, first of all, is not really horror. It's almost like a dark romance with like trauma porn. Like, I know that's a weird phrasing, but like this book is very graphic and very violent, and there's just like a lot happening. So the synopsis, as stated on the back of the book, is like actually not really what the story ends up being mostly about. So I thought this was going to be close to the book Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier, but this is basically about a girl who works in a diner, and her boyfriend from high school when they were 16 ended up like drunk driving and had the girl's mom in the car with her, and the girl's mom, Cassie is the girl's name. Cassie's mom ended up going into like a permanent vegetative state, so she didn't die. Leo, the guy, ended up getting sent to prison, but he got out after 9 years, even though he was supposed to serve, I think, a 25-year sentence. In the meantime, Cassie has been living with her stepdad, who, like, I don't know how else to put this delicately, but, like, rapes her every day. And, like, basically, this is when Leo's getting out of prison, and so he's, like, coming back into the town, and then another girl, like, goes missing, because in the very beginning of the book, a girl is found out in a well outside his house. And so, of course, everyone thinks that Leo did it. So, this was not really for me, and I have such conflicting opinions, because I do think that it was well written, for the most part. I think that the story was creative, but I also think that the book, I mean, there were like 4 on-page rapes, which I don't know who was wanting to read about that, but like, it's not this girl. So I found that to be jarring and quite uncomfortable, and even if that was the author's point, I didn't have a good time. Like, I got nothing out of it. I could have skipped over those parts, and it was just like repeatedly. There was like, I'm not trying to sound like I'm a big prude or anything, but like just some of the language used, it just was like vulgar. And like, again, I sound like probably such a prude, but it was just like unnecessary, and we could have gotten the same point across without using certain words. And I'll be quite honest, I don't think I am the right audience for this book. I know that people that like dark romance might have had less of an issue with that stuff, but that's not me. So I would say this book would get like a 2.5 star from me. I don't know that I necessarily recommend it, but I would say if you are interested in like a very, very, very dark romantic thriller, sort of. I don't even want to call it romance because it's like terrible. It's not, it's bad. But like, there were just like no redeeming characters. I don't know. There's one character who isn't like an awful person, and she kind of becomes an awful person because of the situations she's put in. So I just don't know how to really describe this book without spoilers, and also, I don't know, give an adequate review. But I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I would I would proceed with caution for sure if you want to pick this up, but it's not horror. So I'm glad I saved this one for last because, well, I guess it's not really good to go out with a low point, but whatever. If you're gonna read one book in this vlog, read Such Sharp Teeth because that was phenomenal. I loved it so much. So I am going to go ahead and close out this vlog. I am so grateful for you for watching this. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love it if you would. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!